This is the Porsche Taycan 4S, and it's the cheapest member, comparatively speaking of course, of the new Taycan family that's just launched in Australia. And in typical Porsche fashion, that means there's a Turbo and a Turbo S sitting above it, both of which unlock ridiculous levels of power and acceleration. But I'm here to tell you that this 4S is all the Taycan you really need. Don't believe me? I'll show you why. So it's easy to get swept up in the hype of a car like the Taycan, obviously. When Porsche turned its considerable attention to an electric vehicle, you sort of know it's going to be something relatively special, and that's exactly what they've created here. Basically, across the board, the Taycan is a really serious bit of kit. It's an electric car that drives like a Porsche that drives like an electric car. And I know that sounds a little bit hackneyed, but there is a real driver involvement here. It's not just a one-trick pony. It doesn't just go fast in a straight line. It feels really engaged and engaging on any kind of road. You'd be very happy to find yourself on an Alpine Pass in this bad boy, provided there was charging infrastructure somewhere in the vicinity. I know it sounds a little bit like a love affair, but the reality is you really can't go too far wrong with the Taycan, no matter which one you choose, provided you can afford it, of course. And that's where a car like the 4S comes in. Yes, the Turbo and the Turbo S produce these kind of maniacal power figures that tear the eyebrows off your face every time you plant your foot, and they're really exciting on paper, and they're even more exciting in real life. But this car, in real terms, in real life, in a real city, offers more than enough power. In fact, you find yourself rarely in the position to use all the grunt that this thing generates without even thinking about the Turbo or the Turbo S, because the reality is real life doesn't exist on a racetrack. It doesn't exist on an Alpine Pass. It exists here in the city, which is where EVs do almost all of their work. And in an environment like this car, believe me, is plenty. And if you should find yourself out of the city and want to give it a little bit of a bootful, whew, I can tell you, this delivers plenty on that front as well. And so we find ourselves in the rare position in which the cheapest of something is also the best of something, in my opinion anyway. And how often do you get to say that? So there you have it. The Porsche Taycan 4S delivers plenty of bangs. In fact, all the bangs you could possibly need in an urban environment for significantly fewer bucks. It's a winning combo for me.